This is the pound dollar on the 15, and we have a potential flag where we've broken out the channel. We've got a triple retest and a 2618. Now, despite all of that, it isn't the best looking trade, but it is valid. So let's talk through this. Move lower, pull back, move lower, pull back. We're currently within the wicks. Currently within the wicks there on the dailies. Pay close attention to the fact that we're at the 12700 psychological number. Now, what concerns me is that we haven't come into the highs. We've fallen short. And if we just read what's happened recently, we had a move lower, a pullback. In actual fact, sorry, did we make a new low there? Okay, so a move lower, then we've had a pullback and a move lower. So actually here you can look for a move to the downside. We do have this triple test up here. So 1, 2, 3, you could look for a move to the downside. The only problem is where we've actually come into right here. There's no structure. There's no structure. There's that small amount there. So it's kind of in the middle of nowhere. But as I drop down, you'll actually see the trade. All we've had really is a drop from this point. I'm just going to put another structure level on just to see. And there is that area there, that internal level of structure, but it's very minor. There's nothing of any significance here. The RSI did go overbought up here. Let's drop to the 15, which is where we can see this on the 15 and the 5. So what we actually had was a double top, but it appeared in the middle of nowhere. And then what we had was we violated. So we violated this level of structure, and you can treat this now as a 2618 trade where you sell the 61.8, and we've just come into that zone right now. I don't trade these by themselves, but you have the case to make for a flag pattern here, and it would be drawn out like this. You would duplicate it and move it up, and minimum of 4 touches, 1, 2, 3, 4. Also, we talk about in the training material about the double test. Well, this one has had a triple test at the top here, and we have had the breakout. If you look just here, we did actually break out, only just. Just going to drop down to the 5 because we can see this a little clearer on the 5. I think on the 5 we have to draw out the trend, the channel a little bit differently. Yeah. So there on the 5, we move that up. Isn't quite valid on the 5 minute, but what you have got here is a 3-bar reversal, indication that we could be going to the downside. So just bear in mind, guys, that this is a lower probability trade, but stop loss only needs to go 5-6 pips above the high. So what we're looking at, guys, is a small amount of risk, which is 16 pips for 24, and looking for that extension lower. In fact, scrap that. This is going to be a 1 in 1 out. 16 pips for 40 odd pips. The reason being is we are in trend on the higher time frame, and this could be the turning point. From our swing low to swing high here, we're going to be looking for that 127. And we're going to be front running targets by 3 pips. So 16 pips of risk here for 40. Okay, guys, for 41. And again, just to confirm, we have broken out of this channel. It is a 2618 setup, but be wary that this has not come into any kind of structure. However, this is a small amount of risk, 16 pips for 41, so lower probability. With lower probability, we tend to have better reward to risks. If we do come down to this level, I will be moving to break even, guys.